Hi. We have another project today. I got an idea for something and I want to work it out. I was gifted this mirror right here, covered in latex right now, so don't get a big old glare. But I got this mirror. It's broken. Um, so obviously I need to turn it into something cool. So it is a French inspired mirror. This is, I think it's like a resin of sorts frame. It's already got some cool whimsical swirls on it. So what I'd like to do is change these areas and paint it up, and you get to see me do that. So let's get started. I love sculpting. It is one of my favorite things in art to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So here we go. I was excited when I was given this mirror because typically I don't have an idea immediately on what I like to do with different projects. Like if I have a piece of furniture or whatever, it takes me a minute to come up with an idea. But this one I came up with pretty quick. It already has that whimsical little swirlies on the edges. And those center pieces look like perfect little bases for me to recreate the iconic 70s Sears Merry Mushroom canister kitchen line. I'm going to tell you all about that throughout this video. I'm going to give you some history, some values, some samples. I even went to a store locally and I'll show you what I found just in the one store. They are so popular. It is such a cute little design and I'm excited to try to create that. You'll see me here, I'm using JB Weld. That's what I'm going to adhere those two pieces together with, since that is the top of the frame. It's not really consequential to the structure up there. It's not really going to hold any weight or anything. So I'm still going to use that strong one just because I want it to hold up for a long time. And I'm going to be putting some texture around that frame. So that's what I chose to do there. It is a two-part epoxy. You just squeeze it out of the tube, mix it together, put it on your piece. Keep your piece on like that, or just press it on. Typically it says it dries in 5 minutes. I've seen it not dry that fast. It takes a little bit longer than that. Maybe in the sun or something, proper temperatures, I don't know. Before we get too far in, if you could hit that like and subscribe and maybe comment below anything you want to. It really helps with the algorithm. I am just trying to get to that monetization point and every little bit helps. Thank you. So to get some inspiration, I head over to our local antique store and got pictures for you of everything I could find just in that one store. So you can see these all were probably part of the line, and then some of these were just influenced by it, but you see mushrooms everywhere in antique stores, and especially the Merry Mushroom set. And if you look for them, those canisters can be really expensive. But it's so cute to see all the different items that were inspired by it, and that's what I wanted to do on this mirror. I wanted to do something inspired by this line. That mirror, by the way, I covered it in, you see my silicone mat there, but right in the background is, I just painted liquid latex on it when I was prepping it. And then this clay, I ended up getting the wrong one accidentally. I got air dry clay, but this one was terracotta and I was trying to get white. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit more prep work after this to be able to paint it, but it worked out. It's fine. I actually like this clay. It was nice to work with. The line debuted in the 1973 Sears Spring Summer catalog as part of their kitchen coordinates push. You could buy everything like in a matching theme, and it was all just in the catalog. That's how they ordered things back then. But yeah, it's similar to how you see like all Coke bottle themed or all chicken themed, or and it's all the same kind of print across the towels, across the pots and pans, across the canisters, that kind of thing. That's what this was, and it just really took off. These were ceramic pieces made in Japan for Sears, and they were hand decorated with this famous mushroom motif. I'm just going to cover the entire frame and the clay now that it's dry with a few coats of gesso, just so that I have some tooth for my paint and my textures to stick to. I am also doing a secret little step here and there that you'll get to see the results of at the end. It turned out really well, and I'm excited to show you. So what you see me do now is not completely the final result, because mushrooms can be magical, can't they? So let's make this mirror magical. This is a texture additive. I think it's actually for like wall paint, but I'm going to use it on this frame. It makes it kind of like a stone texture. Back in the 70s, that those cement finish stone-ish textures were popular on furniture. So I want the frame to reflect that. And that is what I used to do that. I don't remember when or why I bought that, but it worked out well here. As you can see, it creates those little pebbles and yeah, kind of a sandy finish. So I am going to layer that up, but that's what I used. This look is pure 70s back to nature style. So like earth tones, orange, avocado, and the psychedelic mushroom boom that was everywhere, from posters to macrame, as you saw that one in the ones that I found at the store. So that's where I'm going to take this paint job. I'm not going to do it exact to the Merry Mushroom line, because obviously this is my work and I want it to be more my work than anything. And so yeah, I took influence in the colors and then kind of just made it my own. Sears really took the success of this and ran with it. They doubled down. They made this one of their largest kitchen lines ever. There was hundreds of different items, from hard goods to ceramics to textiles. So, like beyond the canisters, there was cookie jars, spice racks, which is really cute if you see it. Clocks, mugs, utensil holders, spoon rests, mixing bowls, aprons, curtains, table linens, grease jars. There was even a Merry Mushroom teapot. There's a few different versions. If you find one, let me know because I think that's the cutest one of the entire line and I want one. As the DIY world does now, they did back then and started to recreate versions of this on their own. They picked up on the trend and made their own versions. So sometimes you'll see things like a Mary Mushroom lamp or, something like that. That's really just a conversion somebody made. Sears never sold a lamp. That would be cool, but uh, somebody probably made one. Um, and yeah, in the 70s, you could even buy blank mushroom molds or like plain pieces at local ceramic shops. So you can paint your own. So that's why you sometimes see Mary Mushroom style pieces with odd colors or initials, um, and things like that. They aren't Sears catalog items, but they are part of the same cultural wave. So us DIYers, if we see a trend, we are gonna hop on it. This mirror itself is an example of that. I am probably gonna keep it myself, but yeah, the whole cottage core, fairy core thing is popular right now, and that's what this kind of fits into. So I think that's why you're going to see a little bit of a resurgence of this mushroom motif kind of everywhere in design prints right now because it is what it is, that cottage core, fairy core thing. If you are shopping around for one and you want to make sure you have an authentic one, the authentic Sears pieces are almost always marked with that Sears copyright, Sears, Roebuck and Co. And the base had a made in Japan stamp or sticker. The sticker probably isn't there anymore, so it makes it a little bit harder to identify. But you're gonna look for the raised, hand painted three mushroom cluster. It's those brown and orange caps, the little green grass at the bottom. The painting varies slightly because they were hand finished, obviously, but that's what you're gonna look for, that specific paint job. There were two styles of the canisters. One was the embossed version, and then rounded mushroom details. And then one had the straighter sided body, just a flat, like sticker enamel on there. If you see other variations of the colors, like blue mushrooms or reds or initials, those are usually those paint your own ones, or like hobby shop molds. Those aren't from the Sears catalog. Sears catalog stuck pretty closely to this exact, like, not this one that you're looking at, this is an influence, but how you saw earlier on the canisters, that original motif is what you're looking for. Nowadays, if you see like a complete four-piece canister set in really good condition, you could see that going for like 150 to 350. All of those tags in on those original sets that I showed you pictures of earlier, those were all. I think the cheapest one was maybe the brown set, and that was still like 45 for this just the small canister. So they can get pretty expensive. A single extra large canister, you can get 100 to 180 on its own. The teapot, the one I want, can sell for like 65 to 120 depending on the glaze and whether the lid is original. Accessory pieces like the cookie jar, the spice rack, the wall clock, or the grease jar, those can range from 75 to 200 depending on rarity. And then condition matters too, obviously. If there's chips, if the lid doesn't match, or if there's crazing, it's going to drop the value a little bit. But a clean glaze and tight sets sell fast. Before I finish the frame, I want to glaze over this. I want the mushroom portion to look like the canister sets with that super high gloss finish there. And then I want the frame itself to be the stone texture, more of a flat finish. So that's what I'm going to do here. And then I'm going to shade around the edge of this frame to pull in those brown tones. You know how you see the lid of the canisters fade from that light yellow into the brown, or vice versa, that ombre effect. That's what I'm going to do on the frame, and let this cure while I'm doing that. is almost time to see the final result. So let's start peeling off this paint and latex and get the frame, the mirror itself cleaned up, and see what we have at the end. Don't forget, there is a special surprise in the finish that I had been doing in between coats and layers and stuff. And you get to see the magic part of this frame here pretty shortly. So just remember, Merry Mushrooms aren't just kitchenware. They're a slice of 70s culture. Sears built one of their biggest, most colorful lines around this mushroom motif, and it's still instantly recognizable today. Between the nostalgia, that kitsch factor, and the current cottagecore revival, these pieces are as collectible now as they were iconic back then. Did you have one of these in your childhood? Did you have one of the canisters or something like that in your kitchen? Comment below what you had. That would be kind of cool to see how many people actually remember these from their childhood. And yeah, so if you know how to spot the real ones and you watch condition, you've got a really good line on your hands. It sells fast and it keeps climbing in demand. So um, start your collection of these. They're super cute. Hopefully, my version here did the entire theme some justice. I think it's super cute. It is one of my better pieces. I really enjoy this hippie kind of theme here, and I think I'm probably going to keep this one. And now I get to show you the magic. In between layers, I was painting in this glow in the dark paint. Oh, hi, kitty. So yeah, this glow in the dark paint is throughout the frame and through the mushrooms. So if you give it a little bit of a charge with your UV light or put it out in the sun, it'll give you this cool glowing effect. I had a lot of fun doing this project. It only took me the 1 week to do, which is great for me. I actually stuck through and completed what I wanted to do. It is exactly what I wanted in my head when I started. And thanks for coming along with me. Hopefully you learned something about this line and it inspires you to go get some pieces of your own. So I will see you next time. Thank you.